Brewmeister Black.
3.
A great beer to count to 1, 2, and 3.
And
5.
1. The Bunker Project is brought to you by
Okanagan Springs, the beer that will get you drunk.
Brewmaster Black.
Hey, it's an awesome sponsor. We're loving it.
We are
This is show
every
2. It's
second
Pint
Wednesday.
14. You know, I had a slash just now, and I must have pissed out about a pint and a half. So I'm good for another 4 pints. Everybody is like, no. Everybody's muted.
All right, this is Bunker.
Are we doing intros
Project
this time?
Episode number 143.
3.
Oh,
like it without the
Oh, it's
intros.
at 44. Oh, sorry. Hey, I was talking to our conspiracy maven on the break, and
Conspiracy man.
he gave me a
Fuck
game.
off.
Wait, come on. It's your favorite subject. And he gave me this amazing game. So as soon as we get some paraphernalia from Okanagan Springs Black, like T-shirts, free shots, Thai massages, whatever they give us, we'll be handing those out. It's a great game. Very excited about it, but we don't get to play it for another 2 weeks. So we've got...
But I found a hole in the game. I found a way that the game could be
don't
game.
spoil it. These guys.
No spoiler,
Don't make
come
them
on.
think. Don't
All right.
spoil it.
All right, I won't spoil it.
It's been done. It's been done. I promise
But you know what? But what's it's nice. This game. It's show 2, and we've got our movie specials here with his very sexy glasses.
You mean TV show specials?
Are we doing a round table?
Oh, we didn't do a roundtable last week, so
No,
let's
we
do it
didn't.
because so let's start it off with Marcel Lapointe,
All right, what's the round table question? What are we
movie
gonna
bitch.
do? What are we going to do with the round table
Now, is the question movie bitch question mark? Because I'm fairly confident I know all the answers to that.
Oh, bitchin'. Oh yeah,
Oh, we have Asian.
We're on
that's-
Robson
that's a
Street, of
very
course.
relevant
We got
Yeah,
question.
Asian
so
on
rare
top
for
of it.
Vancouver.
Hey, we
That
got
is so rare.
you know, this we are a very very
They do speak better English
Asian
than
friendly.
Paul, though.
massive platform. Oh, no, we have an Asian representative, we have a gay representative, we've got a conspiracy representative, we've got a couple of blondes,
We have an
we've got a
Englishman.
burping specialist, we've got a car sales dude specialist, we've got an old school buddy specialist, we got Andrew, a guy that's into cell phones, we got Bob, the total fucking lunatic. What else do you need?
What else? What am I?
What am I?
The
Oh, yeah, the
game
gaming
specialist.
bastard.
Specialist.
Yeah.
Gaming maven.
Oh, hey.
Liver.
Let's start to get. I want to start the show off with gaming because
What? No. Let's do the round play.
I downloaded Badlands. I'm playing Badlands on my
Badlands.
Max. I know it's like 15 years old, but it's frigging awesome. It's beautifully done. I love the creatures. There's amazing amount of weapons. It's probably the best.
I think you're
first
talking
shooter.
about Borderlands.
Oh, Borderlands.
There
Sorry,
you
Borderlands.
go.
I'm a
Thank
little
you.
confused, man.
That was in Alberta. That was the Badlands are in Alberta. Borderlands.
And it's not 15
It's not
years
like
old.
anybody here would ever imbibe in some of the best that BC has to offer.
I'm waiting for that to happen.
So you like
So-
the game?
Yeah, it's an awesome game.
Borderlands.
It's
Borderlands.
It's a beautiful game. It's a beautiful thing.
See, that
It's a
proves that
beautiful
James
game.
is the gaming maven.
He is.
He just knew the name of the game, even though he didn't even describe
with
it.
obtuse
No,
Bob.
he did kind of describe it.
It is
Oh, okay,
great with the
well.
little
He
creatures.
said guns and
the lots-
creatures
a
and,
Well,
lot
none
of
of us
freaking
would've got it.
guns.
and a lot of freaking guns. That was actually the
lot of
marketing.
friggin'
supposed
guns.
to shoot with those guns.
You
the
shoot
creatures.
yeah.
I run out of ammo.
Oh, what kind of creatures?
There's
You name it.
different
They're
types.
nasty ones.
'Cause
That
apparently
throws
Bonnie
fire
once-
at you.
Drowned a whole city.
All right, I think we should do the
We
round
should
table
do the round
now.
table. So
All right,
And
we're round table.
we're gonna talk about Google Glass a little bit later. How
All
they
right.
how they banned.
You know here Google Glass
They
is this
barred
new drug
facial
and you crack
recognition.
it up and you snort it. It's purple and green and blue. It's awesome.
After you've snorted it, your reality is augmented, correct?
Oh, you got it. And you run around giving all your personal
He's
information to
on
people.
fire.
It's
Hey,
amazing.
so first somebody
were
was
like-
developing an app for porn on Google Glass, and
I know.
and they barred it. But then a doctor came out and said, well, he didn't come out, but a doctor said that he was developing an app that would, when you just look at your patient and you would see their charts and their drug interactions and
Their
everything
breast
just
size.
appear right next to the person's face as they're looking at the patient. They don't even have to pull anything out, and it was going to be an awesome app. And
he was
Google
a plastic surgeon, right?
kiboshed the whole thing. They said nope,
Can't do it.
no facial recognition on Google Glass
No,
at
nothing to
this
do with that.
time.
No
So
strong apps or
the
anything
question
like
will
that.
be: are you bummed that there will be no
Oh, unintended, bummed.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Are you bummed that
Bum
there'll
app.
be no
Facial
facial recognition
recognition
in Google Glass? Because to me,
Or
that's the
bum
coolest.
recognition.
That's the coolest part about it.
The best part about the beginning of this roundtable is Andrew stared directly into my eyes during that entire call. As if I would have anything of value to say.
I know. He started drooling, too.
But let's be real here. It doesn't matter what the bans are right
Wait a
now.
minute. Who are you?
Oh, I'm Marcel Lapointe.
Yeah.
I'm not really on social media right now.
You're a movie specialist?
He's been banned.
I watch a bunch.
Hey, none of that.
Are you? Would you consider yourself more of a TV evangelist or a movie specialist?
I'd consider myself a shameless fanboy of pop culture that fakes that he knows what he's talking.
Oh, well
Oh,
done.
that's not what I heard. The last show I got.
I didn't read that in the bathroom.
I
walls.
got a strip torn off me for.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was earned. You guys throw me
He's
under
got
the bus all the
stitches.
time.
He's got stitches.
Holy
Lower
smokes.
back.
Anyways, so Google Glass, it doesn't really matter what the restrictions are right now. It's a matter of time before it's the future. It's the future to walk around
Future's
with
tomorrow.
a piece of shit on your face, which shows you augmented reality. Within
I get
5
shit in
years,
my
there's
face
going
all
to
the
be
time.
Grinder on Google Glass. Like, give me a break. And that's going to be just the death of everything. But yeah, it doesn't matter what the restrictions are right now. It's not mainstream yet. When it's mainstream, you'll be able to do whatever the hell you want.
Hang on, the new glasses that you wear now look like Google glasses.
And one day they will be.
All right.
Baby.
Moving on.
If I can only afford those glasses. Oh, it's our conspiracy dude, bald but happy.
I resent that. You know,
No,
Excellent,
you're supposed to
excellent.
say I resemble that.
I resemble that for
to me,
sure.
the biggest conspiracy
Looks like a
ever
monk,
is the
really.
fact that every time anyone tries to rip you off, people say, "Oh, it's a conspiracy," and people, go,
Ah,
"Hey,
they're
that's
ripping
it."
you off.
Okay, that's the biggest conspiracy.
It's a
As
spam.
for Google Glass not using facial recognition, don't forget these are the same people who told us 15 years ago that all your searches on Google were anonymous. So. Take it with a pinch of salt.
The pinch of salt. We're going to call this guy
world is
the pinch of
about
salt
to
consultant.
end.
All right.
Thank you. That's better.
All right. So, Tommy,
Oh, hi.
bring it on in.
Well, I'm now the new secret agent.
Oh,
so I'm
dun,
so
dun,
glad
dun.
it's all about conspiracy. I am a kind of a conspiracy
Aren't you a
expert, too.
taxes? You're a tax
So Satomi is
conspirator?
one of the first people to come to the bunker.
She
show.
was.
And,
She
uh,
predates me.
One of the first people to give us whiskey. Hint, hint. You cheap bastards. Yes, Satomi.
Okay,
Anything
and
you want to
about
say?
this whole, what is it, like facial recognition
And Saki too.
on the internet?
I
Is that it?
recognize when I see you.
Yeah. Well, I guess I can't
On a
have
good day.
too much comment. I think it's just as well not to have facial recognition because who knows,
Yeah, I have a
With
bad
all
hair
this-
day. It'd be embarrassing.
Who wants to know?
That's true. Yeah, at my
I didn't
age,
recognize you
wouldn't want
last
that.
Wednesday. Your
Yeah.
hair looked shit.
So you don't look like your Match.com avatar.
Yeah, you're a lot better looking. Okay, Big James.
Wait, you're done, Satomi? I think you should.
Yeah, I'm done.
You sure?
Yeah, because I.
James Carg
much more to say.
at Twisted_Magic.
I look at
MHJ,
he's fondling
I
something
see.
with his thumb. Oh, it's his phone.
Yeah, I'm just playing with my phone.
Oh, yeah, sure you are.
Yeah.
It's a pink phone.
Oh, yeah, it is. It's I
Big
love
throbbing
pink.
phone. Look at that phallic phone.
All right. There is a line, and
He's got
Bob
a
just
phallus for a
crossed it.
phone.
You
He's
went over the line. Not like a pirate impression while you were making it.
Yeah.
Arr! You're poking
Out of
me
your
eye
belly.
with your phallic phone.
Okay, that's
Arr.
enough. We're not even 10 minutes in yet.
What? You guys, you're so
Can you
pristine.
make a joke about plundering booty or flying at half mast?
Oh,
That's what.
don't
that's
touch
what
those
Cialis
lines
is
with a
for.
10-foot pole.
I see that Bob will be the first person using facial recognition to be registered as a sexual predator.
I think it's going to be to look in a
Exactly.
mirror and figure out, and figure out who the hell he is.
Yeah,
I'm
when
a
he looks in the
tiger, I'm a
mirror,
tiger.
yeah, that's good. That's actually a good question. What happens when you look in the mirror? Does it show
Ken
you
Bob-
your own
It's
info,
like,
or is
ah,
that
Ken
where
Bob, look in the
danger,
mirror.
danger.
is that
He's
how
going to
you
turn
ed-
into QB1.
is that where you edit your profile?
Exactly. You stare
Well,
in the
Bob,
mirror.
you know, Bob will
Yeah,
look
that's a
at
good question.
Bob will use Google Glass when it has facial recognition. You look in the mirror and he's like, I forgot about that video.
Hey,
oh,
I
yeah,
know
that
you.
link.
Hey, what's your name? Oh,
Start
Bob.
a video chat
Excellent.
with himself. Yeah.
I think facial
Bob will stop
recognition
listening
also-
to other podcasts and reading blogs because of all the stuff he's
Talk
put
to
up
himself in the mirror. Hey, welcome to the Bob Show. I'm brushing my teeth. You're awesome.
That
Yeah,
that
yeah,
will
yeah.
be pretty weird though.
Yeah, it
But
will.
so the question is, do you like facial recognition or no?
Well, for me, a facial recognition would be awesome because I recognize faces, but I don't know the name that goes with it. So, hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. But I know the person, but I don't know their name, and it's a dyslexic thing.
That answers a question that I've been thinking about.
Could I get a medical decompensation so I could get facial recognition because I'm a registered dyslexic?
Did you say fecal recognition?
Yeah, it's because it's a shitty idea.
Fickle.
I thought I recognized shit.
Spitting shit, spitting shit.
So if it has fecal recognition, fecal recognition.
Yeah, the
does that mean
fecal
it'll know
of fate.
shit when it
The
sees it?
fecal.
Legit, you guys.
If we had
James.
an app that recognized shit when we saw it, it'd probably be a good thing.
Basically, if you're shit disturbed and you stutter, it's a fecal thing.
So James, what was your response to you?
I don't know. I think
Canadian
it could
debaters
be,
for 14 points.
It could be good and it could be bad depending on the application.
3 points for.
So
If it's used for good or evil.
yeah, and I mean I'm down with that doctor thing. I think that's kind of cool.
But
I don't know if I'd want it on all the time though. It depends on what kind of information it would broadcast.
hey, it's either it's on or it's off. Marcel,
Yeah, make up your mind.
make a point.
No, I mean you wouldn't have to have it on if you
Make a point.
if you didn't want.
was
But
gonna make
pushing
a
him out of the
rather,
mic. I'm pushing
rather
him out.
lousy
There is a
point.
video game called Watch Dogs that is coming out that does have that kind of ability to see everybody's
What, genitalia?
recognition.
Oh,
So,
sorry.
they're definitely taking a look at it.
No, but legit though, like back in the day, before cell phones were big, we all remembered phone numbers and shit. These days, I know my mom's phone number and my boyfriend's phone number. I don't even know anybody else's phone number. I just hit their name button.
Yeah, but if you
And
remember
once
when
there's facial recognition, you don't gotta remember shit. You can just be a mindless zombie while Google takes all.
I don't
your
remember
But
shit.
do you remember back when camera phones first came out? Everyone was freaking out that
There's
oh my
camera
god,
phones?
everyone's going to have a
Really?
camera on their phone, and people are going to go
Let me
into the
check my phone.
bathrooms with their camera
Holy
phone.
shit, there's a
My-
camera on my phone.
And
My
in the
grandma-
bars, everyone's going to have a camera on their phone, and people were freaking out. And yeah, sure,
yeah,
it
they'll
was
be banning those phones in bars.
sure it was a
And
little
cars.
bit of an issue for the first few weeks, and then everyone forgot about
Yeah,
it.
and
So
then
I
they
don't
realize
I
that bars
I
are
think
so dark, it's all blurred.
it just became a part of everyday
Yeah,
life.
exactly.
Any bets on how long before Google's renamed Skynet?
I know it.
No, legit.
Oh, we
And,
got
Oh.
we're dueling microphones
Well,
out
they
here
used
on
to
the
say that about Microsoft.
Just jump on
but-
Where
James'
is it
mic.
now?
Street View
Yeah,
was
used
new.
to
My
being
grandma
the
printed
operative
out
word.
the picture of her house and was like, "Now everyone knows where I live, and I'm gonna get assaulted." And it's like, no, it's just a picture of your house on the internet. You're fine.
It's interesting because I read an article
The Germans, though, the Germans, they're all freaked out.
that
Yeah,
Paul.
Part of the reason nobody cares about cell phone cameras anymore is because they didn't have face recognition. Nobody who knew who that idiot in the corner was.
But
getting
that's what
pissed.
Facebook does.
Yeah, but
Your friends
with
recognize
the
you.
Google, with
Google
the
Plus does it
Glass
too.
Thing, it's
Yeah.
you're going to know exactly how
Hang
bad
on, isn't
everyone
it
is.
true you can drag a picture into Google Images and it will find similar
Yep.
pictures and recognize them for you?
Yep, you got
Really?
it. But
Tag
you know
it,
what?
Tag it.
That's been happening on.
So James, we're still on you. What did you think?
Sure, facial recognition. Awesome.
Yeah,
Look
I'll
for-
take two.
Awesome.
Once it's available, it'll be part of Social Stack.
Okay.
Oh, he just
Nice
slips in a little
one.
free advertising there. You bitch.
School buddy Maven. What do you
Hey,
think?
hey, hang on. Whoa, just hold on a second. Are we still doing the round table?
We're trying to, but
Oh
you got
my
distracted.
God.
Shut up.
I'm a beer and a half in. We're digressing so much. All right, please jump right in there.
we've
It's an
been
old school
fairly
buddy
on
of
point.
mine. He's going to come up here and he's going to entertain us all.
This is scary stuff
Excellent.
because Bob, you know,
Right on the mic. Come on, get on the. Eat the mic. Eat the mic. So, you see,
In the last
is
2.5
that your
hours,
girlfriend that pushed your head towards the mic? It's like, I think she wants you to have a gay experience. Just like, eat that mic.
That's just revenge.
Well, he's come to the right place.
Oh yeah.
I'm
You want some?
pointing at me now, podcast
Oh,
listeners.
somebody likes you. Somebody like.
Saucy.
Oh. She's pointing to her small finger. I don't know what that means. Maybe some sexual reference. All right.
All right.
stop. So
All
in
right.
the last 2.5 hours with all this conspiracy stuff,
I.
Bob just mentioned being a registered dyslexic. But who do you register with?
Well,
And who has access
it's the problem is
to that
be-
registry? And what are the consequences? Because I could register for, not just dyslexia, but many other things.
I think it needs to be a disclaimer in all
Okay,
Bob's
so-
posts, and people go, "Oh."
So when you're
That's why
so
he does that.
basically when you are what you're saying is that if Google Glass has facial recognition and everything that you're registered for just pops right up. You're not in favor of that.
Well, it's like everything
On
else.
the mic.
Do you lead a blameless life?
It's heavy-duty producers we have here.
The real question is, did Bob actually register for the dyslexic thing? Or just,
I
like,
tried
type
to, but
a
I
bunch
couldn't
of
spell the
things
word
into a note-
dyslexia.
No, did he just like type a bunch of things into a notepad he thought was the website?
Yeah.
That's the question here.
No,
No, he tried to spell dyslexia.
Yeah, but then he
work.
realized it was
Goodness.
actually an Etch-a-Sketch.
No, what he did.
It's all
and
about the password.
I
It's like,
happen to
oh,
know
what
the
did I
truth on this one.
use? Here it comes.
And what he did is he used a spell checker when he filled out the application. They rejected him.
That was
He said it's too
Spell it was too
complete.
good.
You don't have dyslexia.
Because there's the old adage, like audit me. Go
Exactly.
ahead.
Yeah, exactly.
I got nothing to hide.
Well, the
But
problem I have
how
is
far
like
can you go when
you have
when
you
start
problem with
saying-
like to, there, bear, beer, things like that that are spelled the same.
All right,
But everybody's staring at me.
let's
Please.
move on. We got to get through this round
Oh,
before
okay.
the show's over.
Okay, now we have a very sexy woman in a beautiful red outfit. She's got some very nice shades. So, we've got somebody adjusting a mic. Okay, Ian, jump right in there.
My name is Jane Doe.
Jane Doe. Well done.
I don't think
care
that's
for
an
this
accurate name.
I don't care for this facial recognition.
Oh, well done.
That's why Jane's wearing sunglasses.
That's pretty good.
Like
okay,
it.
For a guy that likes to get recognized for his face, Ian, what's up?
Facial recognition, great idea, especially for those CIA guys who have secrets. Really good idea. Yeah. Easier to find them that way.
They're ghosts.
Yeah. Okay, Ghost of High. Looks like we've got a topic that's on the run. Randall,
It's on
big
the
Randall,
run.
gonna give it. How about burp recognition?
Ooh.
That might
Okay.
not be hard.
Can give us a rumble?
What?
Can
Rumble?
you just like bring up one of your burps because you're? Oh, look at like just like boom,
On command,
blew.
really?
It's like look at he blew mine away, and he wasn't even trying. The thing is that we have a special mic that has low bass resonance just for Randall because
And a big
last
scatter guard. Or
Oh yeah, he just blew out the last mic. It was like, oh my god, I can't handle this burp resonance. All right.
What?
Anyways,
Oh,
but
yes, facial recognition. Well, it would be. It on the one hand, I can see where it can be handy because you at those networking meetings, you run into these people.
Who the fuck are
and
you?
and they're like talking to you as if they know, and you're thinking, okay, who the fuck is this person? It's like
my life.
Hey,
It's
but
my
will
life.
will there be an MLM alert?
Oh yeah,
MLM,
there should be a big red
MLM.
screen, big red alert, red
what's
alert,
that?
red alert, MLM,
or
MLM.
asshole alert.
I don't know
asshole
things.
Alert,
What is
or
that?
pedophile alert.
Multi-level marketer.
Multi-level
network
marketing.
Amway.
And why are they bad?
Because they're.
I'm
it's
sorry, I'm
disaster.
sorry.
They're
guys.
not all
Oh,
bad.
have I got a deal for you? There's this stuff that you can do, and it will make
There's
you
an
very
opportunity. It'll make you millions of dollars, and you don't have to sell. You don't have to do.
Buff. Hang on,
anything.
Yeah,
I
just-
MLM'd him first.
just
So
where
I
is the
was
plug
mine,
yourself into
and
the
you can be
system?
on my
Where can I find the
downline.
book, and is it more than $40?
There is
I'll
no
do this.
book.
Let's do that. Oh.
I'll throw in a book. as
Yeah,
long
but
as you
you
get in
know,
my
the only-
downline. That's all I care
more
about.
than $40 on this.
The more
As long
the
as you feel like
Oh no, you're going
Marcel.
to have to spend hundreds of dollars, and then they're going to lock
I'm
you into
sold.
auto ship
Don't
for hundreds
listen
of
to them.
dollars. But trust me,
I'll do it
you'll
for
make
$10.
money.
As long as
Marcel,
you're
the
in my
bigger the
downline.
bigger the front end load, the more money you can make.
Yeah, but a big
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah, Friday
And
load
that's-
is right.
And
No,
that's
that-
what
that's
we're.
what she said.
I'm not going to touch that line with a 10 football because, what could I say? Nah, that would just be bad. And coming from Bob, that's really bad.
All right.
Bonnie, come on.
next.
Okay,
Hose on up for
Bridget
this.
Bardot, Bonnie.
No, Bridget Bardot.
so my Google glasses are going to need an upgrade before I can get facial recognition.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go home and plug them in.
yeah. I think you'd be a tweet mistress. It's like beep 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 beep. Ooh, nice head. Beep beep beep. Ooh,
I wonder
nice
if they'll be
hamburger.
able to
Beep,
have it
beep,
where you
beep.
just blink and you can send a tweet.
Yeah.
Cool.
No, face recognition along with voice recognition, automatic tweet to blah 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 blah. I want to say blah blah blah. Send.
So what's the difference between that and
Thumbing.
or
Beep, 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 beep.
yeah or Facebook face recognition or any of those?
Very
other
good
things?
point, Bonnie.
Or the random,
you.
oh
There
my
is a
God, did you
difference.
see this horrible art, this horrible outfit on the SkyTrain? Somebody goes, snaps a
Yeah.
picture of this random person. And
There is a
tweets it out.
difference.
Well, that's on
Why?
Facebook.
There is a difference because on Facebook
Twitter.
you are friends with people and you've opted into being friends with people. Walking down the street is a different story.
Okay, the
And-
random people on the
I don't-
SkyTrain that have had pictures tweeted out about them, but by a complete stranger that I don't even know if
That's
they ever
true.
know it happened.
That's true. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But for me, everybody's a complete stranger because I'm so dyslexic. You know, I run into people and say, "Hey, Bob, how's it going?" I say, "Great. Who are you?" And say, "Oh, that's Andrew McGivern. I have a podcast with him every Wednesday." Excellent. Dude, good to see you. How's it going?
How does dyslexia explain poor social skills?
No, if I don't recognize somebody,
I think that's when it becomes a crutch.
I have awesome social skills because I have the ability to say, "Hi, how's it going?" And people say, "Man,
Bob,
this guy's
why are
known
we
me for
talking
years."
about you?
And I...
Because we always
So,
talk
Margaret,
about
I
it.
have great social skills, of course.
So I'm Margaret.
Oh, Margaret, how you doing?
Yes, I'm fabulous.
Aren't you that Saran Wrap lady? Sorry, I have done that for shows and shows.
Bob, you did that. You did that last
Reynolds,
show.
Reynolds, me baby.
You were just on too good a drugs and forgot.
Oh, speaking of which, I got to do those. Thanks.
I'm going to Saran Wrap you later, baby.
Oh, I wish you would.
I'm gonna start.
Get me running up
I'm gonna
those
start
stairs.
from the head down.
Get a sweat
I
on.
think
Get a
foil would
sweat
hurt,
on.
wouldn't it?
Can I film
By the
it
time you
on
get down,
my
you'll be
Google
dead.
Glass?
Anyway, whatever. You know, the Google Glass is going to come out when it's going to come out. There was an article I was reading earlier where there's this company, I'm sure you guys have probably heard of it, that kind of breaks down what each component really costs. You're going, okay, why the hell do they, have this huge inflated price of $1,500?
Because it's the early adopter price.
Because they can.
I
The
know,
developer price.
Because it will fade
but it
and
was,
disappear.
but it's like, what are they really going to cost? And also, too, who's
$300.
really going to want to wear them?
Nobody.
I would wear them.
I know, but
let's
I
be
know, but
real
this
here.
room is full of Uber geeks,
No,
and we're not the norm.
I'm nothing to do with Germans.
We may love
Not
norm,
even
but we are
close.
not
Uber
the norm.
geeks.
I'm a
So,
Uber
yeah.
They're going to be
So-
like smartphones.
Uber
They're going to be
geeks.
everywhere.
I'm going to
Yeah,
Uber
and-
bastard.
When Blu-ray premiered,
And whether
it
there's
was
facial recognition or
ridiculous.
not, it's like
Everything is always ridiculous when
whether
it
we
first
like
comes
it or
out.
not.
Yeah.
It's going to happen,
Because they have to
not
do a
happen.
small production run, so it's going to be
No,
more
I mean,
expensive.
Google Glass.
And
least
eventually,
that's what they're
Google's
saying.
going to be
What
called
they're doing now in the
Skynet, and
early
there's going to be
days
some
doesn't
guy
even
coming
matter.
back. So whatever.
Speaking of the guy that comes back, that's the reason why I think this is cool, because the Terminator had the ability to look at a face and all the data would just
He
come
had
next
Google
to them.
Glasses.
He had Google Glasses, exactly. And the
Okay,
person of interest.
So did Adam Sandler in the Zohan.
It's like the person of interest, the TV show with little square brackets around everybody's face.
Yeah.
And it detects your face.
Facial recognition.
That's what this is all about. And it's totally cool. And when I get Google Glass down the road, whenever it's released to the public, that's what I want. I want to be able to look at people and see their publicly available social information.
Okay.
And not their personal information. I'm not interested in that. Whatever they've made publicly available. And I think that's totally cool. What's going on over there? There's a
I
conference.
don't know. Heavy discussion, man.
So are we going to do gaming with James?
Gaming with James.
Fucking now? Okay.
Yeah.
Do you want to do it now or do you want to do it a little bit later?
Let's do it now.
You ready to rock and roll?
You've got the stuff to talk about too, so we're all good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
It's time.
James.
It's time for I can't hear my theme song. Oh, there it is.
Gaming with James.
Here, I'm gonna swap the mics.
All right, James, what's going on in the gaming world?
I'm just switching mics because I sound better with this one.
Really?
Yeah, it sounds deeper and sexier.
No, you don't.
Yeah, there we go. I do sound much better with this mic. Oh, what's going on? Shit, I believe. Wait, this is 2 weeks from now, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
This is. Let's see. So we just had E3, which is the Electronic Entertainment Expo.
Yep.
And we now see how the field lies for the next 10 possible years, I guess, in terms of consoles.
Yeah.
So usually it used to be about 5 years between next generations, and now since the last one, it's been 10 years since we've seen new hardware. So we now have the Wii U, the PlayStation 4, and the Xbox One.
Cool.
Xbox One.
Xbox One, yeah.
But the Xbox,
Why don't they call it Xbox
Because
2?
it's the all-in-one.
the Xbox.
that's really
well,
goofy.
that
It's
an-
actually really good.
that answers Norm's question. He's saying, well, when is it going to be the complete box?
It is a
When is it
complete-
going to do
well,
more than just
When is it
games?
going to be 2?
when the next one comes out.
okay.
It's just a naming convention. Because if you do a 360, you get one. Get it?
No, it's pretty goofy. Man.
You
Should
start
be
where you
Xbox
began.
2.
It shouldn't be the Xbox 2.
Yeah,
Maybe that is a bad naming convention or whatever, but I don't get
Yeah,
the
they'll
PS4.
change it to 2 later. It's okay.
It'll be the 2, it'll be the 3, whatever. But yeah, according to Norm, I guess what he was saying, that was the last show.
No. It was this show.
Yeah.
Well, he played the thing last show.
So which one's better?
Which one's better? That is a very loaded question right now.
Loaded question.
Super loaded.
In your opinion?
In my opinion, I'm going to go with the people that, and I'm going to get so much flack for this, I'm going with the Xbox One.
Really?
Even though the press and everything else that's going on, all the hoopla, I still firmly believe that Xbox is positioned better.
Okay, so buy one of each.
But as a game,
I would buy both. Yeah, I think that they actually both counter each other well.
So as a gaming system, are you saying that Xbox is better, or are you saying it's better because it's got other aspects to it?
I think they're going for two different market spaces, and I think they're both going after two different audiences.
So the PS4 is $100
cheaper,
less expensive.
Yeah,
than the
and
Xbox
we'll have
One.
cloud in 2014 as opposed to out of the box, which a lot of people don't seem to care about. All its online features are still online, so that doesn't change a damn thing versus the Xbox One. Like, it's going to be online. If you want to play multiplayer games, you're going to have an internet connection. It doesn't have to phone home, which everybody's really pissed off about with Xbox One, is that you have to connect possibly every 24 hours, but it's still 6 months out, so we don't even know if that's the case.
Yeah.
Like, I just get the feeling like everybody's putting so much hearsay and just convoluted conversation to this time than any other previous time, because we all have access to social media and we can all stand on a soapbox and say the sky is falling. So it's
the sky's falling? What game's that?
Well, yeah. But that's the thing. I mean, people are seeming to like take these things as like gold, and we haven't even got our hands on it. We don't know what it's like. None of this
It's
stuff.
a gaming interface, dude. It's the games that
But
make
people
it great.
are
It's the
so
interface.
pissed off about it. Like, the used game thing is a huge deal in our
that's
industry.
fucked up big time.
Yeah,
They're
and
talking about
piracy is-
rebates and all sorts of stuff.
Rebates.
Well, it's you know what? It's interesting because you got games, and do you own a game or you just rent a game, just like music? Do you own the music or you rent it?
Yeah,
and as
that's-
far as music is concerned, you fucking rent it. You do not own it.
And
It's
you own
fucked
the
up.
license to use it in that
It's
medium.
pretty much the same case, and everybody's just freaking out about this stuff now. They're like, I can't sell it. It's like, well, it's digital media. Like, most of I guarantee in like 2 years, most physical copies of disc will not exist. They will all be digital distribution, either some sort of kind of card that you put in or something else. Like,
Or
the
thumbprint.
cost of a CD is too expensive, especially with the amount of people that you're going to have to serve.
You know what's ironic about that? They used to bitch about it. It's like, oh man, you'd spend all this money on gaming, and then actually producing the CD is nothing.
Well, and
Now
then
they
people
say, my mic just threw up.
and people would always freak out because
We've got a mic down.
People
There's a
would
Mic down.
So here's the thing.
microphone dysfunction.
People would freak out before because they'd be like, "Oh, this game's so awesome, and there's not enough copies for it," or "There's so many copies, this game's terrible." And it's like, as a producer of these sort of things, how are you supposed to compensate for that?
Well, it's the same thing in other areas too, like
Same
books,
with phones,
with
books, any of that stuff.
People
Anything-
are freaking out about, do I really own all these books that I'm buying on Kindle or on Kobo? Can I give them to my kids like you could with a physical book?
Well, I have a
after you
possibly valid question.
Go ahead.
When a DVD totally sucks balls and they've made too many of them, you go to Walmart and it's like the $3 bin or the $5 bin. You can just grab all the shitty movies. Does such a thing exist with games? We're like, look at all these games and they're all $5. Hooray! So maybe there's like another side of this coin where it's pretty cool.
There is. Like, you can go and buy cheap games and stuff like that at Walmart, any of those places. Steam does sales all the time for older games, and it's a digital distribution platform. You can't resell any of your games through Steam. You could sell somebody your account with all your games that you've bought so far, and that's pretty much the same. Yeah. Like, the thing is like, well, most people don't do that, but if theoretically, if you're like, okay, I'm done with all my games now, and I've got 100 games, I could sell you my account, Bob. Like, people have done that with, like, it used to be a big deal back with EverQuest when people would make so much money selling their gear and their accounts, they could sell it. And this DRM issue seems to be a hot button topic. And the internet thing. It's like, but people don't complain about their cell phones being connected to satellites or
they're not connected to satellites.
Or towers or whatever, you know, it's
Yeah, they're not.
No,
They're
or
not. They
gaming
haven't got the
platforms.
bills that high yet, but they're working on
no,
it.
but they will. Yeah. So it's just, it seems like really silly. I personally like the Xbox because you get a Kinect. The Kinect is awesome. You can use voice recognition. It does everything that I would need it to do. I already have an Xbox Live account. I don't have a PS Station Plus account. If you're a game player, I do think Sony's probably more for the core gamer. But I think if you're somebody that watches movies, looks at the internet, all that stuff, the Xbox One is good. It's just as good as the PlayStation. It's really, at the end of the day, it's what you like.
And what's not good about it?
I don't know. There's a lot of really good stuff. I don't see anything super bad with the Xbox One.
Okay,
you
so
can watch live TV.
Live TV.
Yeah.
So you read the
yeah, I read all
Gizmodo-
those stupid points that you gave me. That guy's full of shit.
So he's saying that the PS4 wins in
Ouch.
price. Obviously, they're going to win in price.
Yeah,
They're
for sure.
less.
$100 cheaper is $100 cheaper, but expect the
controller-
bundle to come out by Christmas.
The controller, Xbox One, he says wins. The second screen, PS4.
Why?
What do you think of that?
Well, because you can stream games to your Vita. Who owns a Vita? That's another $400 purchase.
Good point.
Use smart glasses on any phone you have.
$400? That's crazy.
But it's only $300, Bob, because you save $100 on the console.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, see,
I got it for $300. I'm spending all my money on Telos.
And smart glass works with any second screen. So if you have a BlackBerry or if you have a tablet.
So what he says is the Vita as a controller, while certainly much pricier, is just flatly
like
better than
$300.
Microsoft Smart Glass.
Yeah,
Ooh.
I mean, it sure has a couple more features, and if you want to take your games like that, I guess. But I'm kind of leery taking a very expensive piece of hardware around with me. Like the same with, we were talking about Google Glass. $1,500 glasses to walk around with? Kind of sketchy.
Yeah, you go get drunk, you fall over.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I'm trying to say here.
People walk around with $5,000 Rolexes.
I have a nice phone too, and sure, and the amount of people that are trying to steal phones these days are ridiculous in other countries. So
Okay, so
in
games.
Canada,
you could call
they,
the police
they just
before they
steal
stole
bikes.
yeah,
So James, games.
yeah, games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Games,
He gives it to PS4.
No, that's in the middle. They're both going to make the same games for each platform. It really
so it's
depends on your,
cross-platform.
Except for exclusive games.
except
right?
for Skyrim, and that one's not Skyrim, Elder Scrolls Online, but that's going PC. So it's like if you have a PC, you don't.
Hey,
need a
I saw
Pick one up for
a
$50.
used game, a used Skyrim on sale. Should I get it? Is it a good game?
How
If you
much?
like open
50
world
bucks?
games, it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Pay
Yeah.
$50 for it?
I
Is
mean,
it going to
as
suck me in and
yeah,
I'll never come out?
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah. Forever.
As far
and
as
you got twins coming,
You
so you
got
better
twins
get into
on the
it
way.
right
Give
away,
up.
man. Get into it now, because in 6 months, it's you're gonna hope
5 months
We'll have no
and
the
life.
biggest defining factor about games is, do you like playing with your friends or do you not play playing with
I
your
thought you were gonna
friends?
say something else.
And most of the exclusives,
playing with
either-
yourself?
Come on, he
doing.
has
Both-
twins on the way.
Both-
The
both-
answer's obvious.
So
both
raw
have really
power.
good.
I think
Raw
we got
power.
two. We got
Raw
two.
power, I give it to Microsoft because they're going to have cloud computing.
Okay.
Now, do you think
Interesting.
really?
He's saying
you think
he's saying
clouds-
PS4.
Yeah, because he's probably a fucking fanboy that only heard about this shit yesterday.
Ah, dun, dun, dun.
Here's the
Okay,
thing.
so here's the
with
next-
cloud
They don't call him
infrastructure and
cutting edge
architecture.
James for nothing.
Yeah, there's with the cloud infrastructure and architecture, you're actually going to get just as much performance out of either machine. It's not the difference. It's just how many nodes you can connect to through the cloud.
Okay, so he's saying for future-proofing Xbox One.
Xbox wins exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they've
Well,
already
I didn't
built
say
with
Xbox
this.
One.
Well,
I meant
plus your home bandwidth.
Xbox 2, you mean?
One.
You
Yeah.
gotta have good bandwidth. At
That's
home,
what I
too.
mean. But the thing is they built a console that is for the future. They aren't trying to build something for today's technology. They built something for future in mind.
Yeah. And
So they're planning
multimedia,
on a long time.
Multimedia Center, Xbox One.
Xbox One.
Okay, what about USB?
So-
Used
How many
games,
USB
PS4.
connections has it got?
Yeah, but
For USB.
Yeah,
Because,
but-
I'm
so
thinking
here's
of
the thing: would
replacing
you rather
my,
play
my
shitty
MacBook
old
Pro with
games or
one of
have
those.
something that can keep up to today's technology?
So my question is, do the gaming platforms, do they still control the living room, or do you think
No.
tablets and stuff are
That's the thing.
overriding?
Consoles are dead.
So
it doesn't
why are
really
we even
fucking
talking about
matter.
these two new platforms?
Well,
It's like-
but
it's-
here's
it's
the
like-
thing: like, if you have a Windows PC and
Yeah.
everything else like that, the Xbox is going to be the media center, like it already has been.
Mm-hmm.
You can have an HDMI. It has an HDMI in, so if you're connecting another accessory to it, the chances are that's going to be able to go through the HDMI there, out
Nice.
to the HDMI of your TV.
Right.
So most of our computers have HDMI outputs.
Yeah, but what can they port to? Like 72-inch, 200-inch?
I have no idea.
Should be irrelevant.
So what's
Should
the
be
res-
irrelevant. But yeah, that's the
No,
thing.
no,
It'll
HDMI
scale.
is a limited
No,
bandwidth,
it
right?
depends on the graphics
It depends on the
card.
graphics.
All right,
Exactly.
okay.
So, like,
Actually, that's true because the new MacBook
So if
Pro
you've
we
got
talked
the
about it the last
60,
show.
70-inch TV, you might have a problem.
Yeah, well, they
Actually, we
got
haven't talked about that yet.
3,800 plus DPI. Crazy.
As far as I'm concerned, if you're a person that's looking to get a console purely for gaming, then sure, go with the PlayStation 3. But if you're looking for what?
PlayStation 4.
Okay, whatever. They're about the same thing anyways.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, so Don Matrick did go on record, or maybe, I don't even know if this is real. He did say, if you don't want a console that's online, go get an Xbox 360.
Hey, this is interesting.
No
he says
he did say that.
He says social involvement.
Yeah, he gives it the PS4.
No, he didn't.
Really? When I read that article, it said that.
No, for social involvement, he gives it to Lucifer.
Lucifer. Come on.
He says
Gives it to the devil?
He says winner Lucifer.
No way.
He says no one wins. Everyone must stop this. No one wants social on their gaming console.
Weak. He obviously doesn't see how much business Twitch TV has gotten. From
He says that he just read. Hang on. He just says.
Okay.
He says. No one wants social on their gaming console. I just read Social Media is Bullshit by BJ Mendelsohn.
We sneaking the social media is bullshit. And yet another show. This guy's loving us. By the way, he is buying us every second beer, so that's very cool.
He should buy us beer.
I know. I'll have to mention that.
Backwards compatibility, PS4,
yeah.
family users.
Do you want to know
Xbox.
why? Wait. Do you want to know why he gives it the backwards compatibility? Because the infrastructure they built on for the Xbox One is completely different.
And the overall winner he gives to the PS4.
Yeah, because he's a fanboy and he's only listened to like what they've said in the last 2 months. Here's the thing. Like, everybody's forgetting that PlayStation had a huge problem with their networks for over 6 months when they took it down. Everybody's credit card got stolen, all this sort of stuff. And as soon as they say, like, we don't have no DRM, everybody forgets about that. It's like both, like, as far as I'm concerned.
They have no DRM?
As far as I'm concerned, though, I don't believe either of these corporations are the uttermost solution.
What is it?
So what is the solution?
Google. I say make up your own fucking mind. Don't listen to your friends. If you want an Xbox, get an Xbox. If you want a PS4, get a PS4. As long as you like playing games, play games.
Yeah.
I've seen
Get
more
a
people
life. Play some games.
I see more people playing on their Androids, iPhones than even, like, the market size for a console is super small. You got 54 million users on one side. You've got like
it's
70
more than Canada.
And that's why Xbox or
gonna
Microsoft
survive.
is positioning themselves as the set-top box.
And that's the thing, is they're going to probably end up doing a subsidized deal like they're doing with TELUS, where every time you sign up for your goddamn cable, you get an Xbox 360.
This is James Scott passionate.
Because that's how they're going to do it.
All right,
that is how they're going to do it, Ian, though, is because they're doing the same model as the cell phones. Yeah. And the PlayStation are going to go the other way.
I think we need. I think right now we need a Marcel comment.
Oh,
Marcel,
TELUS is
snarl
in that
one
game,
out.
right?
Snarl one
Yeah,
out.
TELUS is in that game. They will give you an Xbox One probably.
Just
when
jump
it comes
all
out.
over
now they're doing TVs.
The only way you're going to get a
Same
comment in Marcel is if you jump on James. Come on.
That's what she said?
Yeah!
No! That's so gay. Come on.
But here, the comment, that wasn't the comment.
Come on.
No,
That's so weak.
The comment was like legit.
I say you get both.
Whoa, he takes James out and we're not back with
Bottom
Timmy
line-
James.
bottom line-
Back to the show.
Wait.
Oh
Legit,
my God! Look
Get
at that.
both. That's what she
I
said.
got one of
Wildfire
those
effect
crazy
has shown up.
network. Hey, come on! You can
The
share my mic, baby.
wildfire
I gotta
effect is
see
in
right
the
here,
house.
right for ya.
Get both.
We got
Get
a
both
special
anyways.
guest coming in now.
If you
Redhead.
care about games, get both.
Suddenly we've turned into a.
All right.
My
was
actual
that,
comment was.
Oh, here it comes.
Legit,
Here it comes. Now it's
legit. Like, can somebody get this motherfucker a podcast? 'Cause
Woo!
He's pretty good at shit.
He is good. He's awesome.
Oh.
Okay,
that
so
was a pretty good gaming with James.
that was a great gaming with James.
I've been holding on to that for like the last 4 days. I was going to write a blog post.
Also
and I was
what
like,
she
no.
Let's move on to
Or he said.
the Moto phone or the Moto X. Anybody heard about that?
No.
X.
Motorola was at one time one of the major cell phone producers.
At one
right?
time.
They were purchased by Google, and Google's distanced themselves from Motorola because obviously their OEMs are, producing Android phones. Samsung and
For now.
HTC and LG, and it's kind of not a good thing to have your own manufacturer when you've got an OEM marketplace. So
A temporary one, anyway.
basically what the current director of Motorola new product development is the former head of DARPA, which is interesting.
That is cool.
And so they had what was the thing, WCDC or whatever it is,
WWDC.
WWDC. They
what
they
would Apple
announced them-
developers do?
They they announced Bonnie loves that
Where
one.
was the A?
So they announced the Moto X phone there, and apparently it's going to be awesome. It's like a high-end Android phone competing with the iPhone and the Samsung S4 and the Note 2, and it's got all sorts of new sensors built into it, and it's crazy. They got these little tattoos you can put on yourself that will, if you don't have the tattoo, the phone is locked, or you can take this Motorola Vitamin.
Oh, I've heard about this. Yeah.
And the vitamin.
Somebody told me about this. So
Well,
the vitamin will decompose over 24 hours. You gotta take
Within
it every day.
the stomach acid combined with this vitamin will produce an electronic signature.
Yeah.
And if you don't have that, if you don't take the vitamin, this phone won't work. So it's like an ultra secure.
Wait.
Yeah.
To sell you vitamins?
Wait, they're feeding you this terrible thing.
Yeah, Google
that's
went into the
probably
vitamin
going
business.
to give you awful cancer, and they're calling it a vitamin.
Yeah.
That's not true.
If you
They're
take
calling
this
it
pill,
a-
your phone will work. Really?
No.
Seriously.
Revenue
Your phone will
stream.
work, but your
Revenue
bowels
streams.
won't.
That's what that is.
Actually, this is happening.
Isn't that the weirdest thing ever?
Yes.
So,
bizarre.
I don't know. It's like fluoride.
So how
So-
much
so
of that
this-
revenue stream does the cell phone provider get?
So this person said that when I was with
This
DARPA, I
Roger
got
pill gives me the shit. I love Rogers, by the way.
this person said
This
when I
Bell
was
pill gives
when
me
I was
the
with
shit.
DARPA, I got to produce epic shit. Is what that's an exact.
Was that the headline for
How
his
come my
article?
shit's blue now?
So these new sensors are supposed to be pretty wild.
Oh my god, that
Um,
was so funny.
What?
The
Why
guy in front of me was a Bell
Actually,
subscriber.
no. Sorry, it wasn't at WWD. It was at D.
Yeah, I was gonna say they wouldn't do that. There.
It was at D11.
D11.
Why are
Yeah.
we surprised by any of this? Like, wasn't the DARPA project behind all that shit on the Lost Island?
No, that was
No.
the Dharma.
Oh,
The DARPA.
I know
Do you know what the
that
DARPA
is a
project
Dharma
is?
initiative.
Do you know what
It's a
the
bad
DARPA?
joke.
No, that was the Godfrey Foundation.
Yeah.
That's even worse.
Who's
Oh,
owned
I see
by?
your Lost reference, and I up it with a Hemlock Grove reference. Pop culture fail.
You cannot match wits with a
Also-
TV master.
The
Whatever, they're all-
greatest show of all time.
They were all
Hemlock
owned by
Grove.
Aperture Science. You sons of.
Good
Anyways.
job, Andrew. Good job.
Anarchy.
Anyways, it's I was
so
expecting
anyway,
more from
so
ourselves.
when are they
than that one.
ending the licensing for Android?
I'm just too
After they
disappointed to
launch
say
the
anything.
phone, or
Oh no, they're not going to do that. That would be suicide.
So who uses Motorola's anymore?
They've got. I think they've got.
Google does.
I remember
They've got-
sidekicks were huge.
They've got 2% of the market.
Yeah.
now.
Do you remember the sidekicks? It was all the rappers and celebrities had them for a while.
But they were told
No.
by Google. They said, "Okay, be patient.
That's because they got them for
Be
pa-
patient. We will
they
give
said-
you all
they
the
said-
programming.
They said, "Be patient and think big."
We will
Yeah.
control your mind.
So they've thought big. They recruited this DARPA person, and they've come up with these little tattoos and vitamins.
You know what DARPA is, right, Marcel?
Yeah, they were behind all the shit on the Lost Island.
No, that's Dharma.
No, they're the self-driving cars.
No, that's Google.
Wait, so like the magic
No,
cars we talked about months ago?
DARPA
That's
competitions
sweet.
were about making cars.
DARPA is the defense.
Contractor.
Yeah.
It's Defense
with
Advanced
mules and
Research
stuff.
Projects Agency.
Yeah.
It's an agency of the United States
Yeah,
Department of Defense that's responsible for the development of
The
new
DARPA challenge-
technologies for use by the
Black Ops.
military.
Yeah, they used that. They have the mules, they have the
So-
cheetahs, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Do
I guess
like-
they developed the drone.
Do
the,
modern day
you know,
soldiers
drones.
have to take vitamins so their guns will work?
Did they?
Yeah, only DARPA ones though.
He's on.
That's actually a good idea because then the enemy, if they grab the gun, it won't work.
Oh, but wasn't that in Total Recall or Judge Dredd or something where the guy just chops off the guy's hand and then shoots him with it?
There's some with the fingerprint.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a
Loophole.
fingerprint. Yeah.
There's a loophole.
Whoops.
There was one in the Bond film with the fingerprint thing.
Okay, yeah, that's what it was.
right.
It was
Also-
yeah, it was a
also
Bond
24
film.
did the
That's
same
what
So
it
this
was.
pill,
Oh, yeah,
this,
with the
this
Komodo
pill is
dragon.
from Proteus Digital Health. So you can swallow the pill.
The
and,
latest MLM.
and the pill is powered by the acid in your stomach.
What
And
if
once
the
it's
Does
acid's
it have
not
noni
good?
juice in it?
Once
or,
it's
or something like that?
ingested, it creates an 18-bit signal in your body and thereby makes your entire person an authentication token.
What does that do for my sperm?
Is it addictive?
He called it vitamin authentication.
Oh,
Okay.
Motorola CEO Dennis Woodside,
But
who
does it
earlier
give you weight?
confirmed
No.
the Moto X phone, added that the Proteus pill was approved by the FDA.
Proteus pill.
Does it?
Approved by the FDA.
Sounds like
Does
a
it make
What
my
about the
penis
SPCA?
bigger?
I mean, they approved Lipitor, and look at all the side effects that has.
Well, that's just money, man.
So when we see these vitamin things advertised on the American television, is it going to like list the 3,000 side effects for taking it?
No, my favorite. There was this muscle joint pain commercial I saw, and they're like, some cancers have been reported.
Can you share
but
these?
legit, this is the rise of the machines, you guys. Like first we replaced our cigarettes
called
with robot
singularity.
cigarettes, and now we're taking pills that turn us into robots.
called
How come none of us are onto this yet?
Taking this vitamin pill may cause anal
Roy-
bleeding, right?
Well, you
Hey.
know, there might be a pill
Hey.
that might make us have good taste in TV.
So if you sign a 3-year deal, they give you a lot of pills with it, or
No,
is that an add-on?
no.
Marcel will have
I
nothing
think
to
you get a
complain about then.
subscription. I think it's a
I'll
subscription
be
plan
dead
of at least
inside.
3 years.
So if you run out of pills, you just
Yeah.
can't use the phone.
So
they charge
the
you anyway, though, right?
the broader context for these
Oh, I didn't even think
prototypes
about that. That's crazy. What if you do get a bad batch
Don't
of pills?
give
is
them
that
ideas.
Motorola, like Apple, is thinking about wearable technology.
Oh, wearable tech is huge.
And there are lots of problems in wearables. Electronics are boxy and rigid, and humans are curvy and soft. So that's a
I have-
mechanical
Not big soft
mismatch
wearables, then.
problem.
Well, I've heard though that wearables wobble, but they don't fall down.
So they've developed these tattoos and a
Tattoos?
vitamin.
Tattoo?
That,
Boss,
Well,
the
I-
island.
so maybe what the answer is that maybe they'll authorize this facial recognition, but if you want your face to be recognized, you have to take the vitamin.
Could be. Yep, works for me.
Oh, that would be funny.
Well, they could always just up the cost of
Honey,
Android for every
honey,
other
you're
provider.
already
Take the
wearing
Cialis
glasses
or the
that
vitamin?
steal all your
Because I
secrets,
think it
but
was
you also have
Sergey
to take this
Brin.
pill.
Sergey Brin said that came out with a statement saying that no, there's not going to be facial recognition in Google Glass until we can
Safely use it.
Figure out how to
until we
sell it
can
to people
Figure
for
out
more
how
money.
to allow people
How to
to opt out,
monetize it for the best, yeah.
so that
yeah.
people can opt out for privacy concerns
If you'd
or
like
whatever.
to find out all the information on
So
this
that would be
person.
the solution. You just have to pop the pill, and that'll
that opts
reveal
you
your
out.
Is there an
identity.
option for a
That opts
blue
you
one
in.
or a
So is
red
there a
one?
blue and a red one? Yeah.
No, but what happens is like, honey, is this my Lipitor or my vitamin pill for my phone?
Yeah.
Damn it, my dog ate my password.
I think they've been watching The Matrix for too long.
All right,
And
so
it's not like he's gonna shit it out.
the app of the week. We got a new app. It's called Beer Viz,
Oh, Beer Viz.
and it suggests
what?
Beer Viz, VIZ.
Okay.
It suggests new
Shouldn't it be
beers to
Whiz?
try based on what you already like.
Does anybody have it?
How does it know what I drink?
Well, you have to input that.
You put it
Yeah, I'm
in.
not telling him that.
Yeah, but how is it different than
It doesn't ask how
Untappd?
much, just what.
So it recommends beers that you like, eh?
Yeah, so
you
it
could
recommends
like.
beers
Yeah,
what you
15,
like based
16
on what
every
you've
other
already
Wednesday.
you already tell it that you like.
Yeah.
And the data it doesn't have every beer, but it has every beer that's ever been collected on the website Beer Advocate.
Oh, okay. So that's pretty large
Large
list.
database, yeah. So, but you know,
I like my Untapped.
I think that I don't need that app to know that Brewmaster Black is the best beer.
So are they a sponsor?
Brought to you by the Bunker Show.
Is the
Okanagan
men's
Springs.
room in their database?
The
Well,
what?
that fell
How did you
flat.
spell it? Beer Viz?
The men's room, yeah, that's the beer that
Biz.
that Marcel
What?
reviewed on the
Yeah.
craft beer
Whiz.
show.
Is it? How do you spell this app's
Personal
name?
favorite.
VIZ.
Beer and then VIZ.
Yep.
It is not available for Android.
Really?
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah.
So it's a big lie.
Yeah. So if for everybody
Yeah,
listening,
Randall
just
can't
go
find it
download
either.
and go download Untapped and enjoy it just the same way because it will also recommend you beers. It will also show you nearby beers that serve the beer you're looking for.
Beer Viz.
Untapped?
Untapped. Yep.
Okay, where it's
And you
if
can
there-
check
wait a
into your
minute, hang
favorite
on.
beers.
It says here if you're looking for a new brew to try,
Yep.
or just want to expand your palate a little bit, Beer Viz asks you a couple questions about the beer you already enjoy and presents you with a plethora of alternatives that might suit you nicely. It's like
Untapped?
Okay, Untapped.
No, Beer Viz.
It's
yeah.
kind of
No,
like
no.
the Pandora of beer.
Yeah.
The
Yeah. Okay.
Pandora
So
beer.
what Untapped does though is shows you
Got the
nearby
level of
bars,
doom.
nearby beers, and nearby breweries, and
Yeah, I
the
like
trending beers
Untapped, yeah.
near you. It doesn't recommend you beers, but
So this is based on what you already like.
yeah. So Untapped is like Foursquare for beer.
Now, do you have to drink
And
like
it's
a fancy
UNTAPPD.
electric beer to make the app work?
What? You have
No,
to drink beer
No.
to,
It's a
to
pill
work?
reference. Forget it.
Oh. I like Untapped because I can check into beers and see other beers nearby. So
Cool. All right.
somebody smells good.
So I'm just going to jump in here. I was having a discussion. What the hell were we talking about?
Well, we were talking about this new
Listen
beer
to the
app.
podcast.
The show's finished, Bob.
Hi, I'm Bob.
Oh, hey, James
Okanagan
might know about
Springs,
this.
a wonderful sponsor.
Google purchased Waze.
Yeah, Waze. They
I
sure
love
did.
Waze, and I think it's awesome because apparently there were some other companies that wanted to buy Waze, like Facebook and other companies. But one of the criteria is to leave the head office where it is, which is in Tel Aviv, which, as we
It's in
know
Israel.
from our previous sponsor, is a hotbed of high tech.
Yep.
And Google's like, yeah, we can respect that.
Yeah, sounds good.
Wait, what did they buy?
So they brought
Waze.
Waze.
GPS
It's a-
app.
It's more than a
Okay.
GPS app.
It's
a traffic app.
It's a crowdsourced GPS app. It's so awesome because I can
Crowdsourced
have it on,
traffic.
and it's like
Based on
I'll-
GPS.
Yeah, it's like
It's
I'll
like
have it on, and
Wikipedia
it's like I'm
GPS.
driving along, and it's like a red light camera has been reported in this area. And it's like, okay.
Ooh.
And then it pops up. Whenever you're stopped, it pops up and it tells you all the traffic issues in your area. And it'll say, okay, there was an accident report. Is it still there? And you can hit yes or no.
Yeah.
Well, it's
It
good.
is
And so then when
awesome.
you crash into that other car also using it, it
So-
makes
so-
so much
So does
easier.
it pay
So
for the
basically-
ticket
Well,
when
you
you're
don't-
looking at your
no.
phone?
So basically, it's one of these situations
actually
where
really
the more
good.
people that use it, the more valuable it
Yeah.
is.
Well,
It's crowdsourced.
It
It rocks.
absolutely, it's crowdsourced.
And also,
but because I use very similar technology because I'm an Android dude, and I will get updates all the time, and my phone go ring ring ring, and I say, Bonnie Sainsbury, and it's like, nah, I want to talk to my Bonnie Sainsbury. Okay, I'll talk to her. God, the phone is on my ass all the time. I can't believe
But you
it.
see, Waze
Yes,
is,
Bonnie, what do you want?
Waze is very cool because it learns. It'll come up with 3 different routes to get there, but you're like, that's not the route I would take. And instead of going, you need to make a U-turn. You need to make a U-turn. It goes, oh, I see what you're doing there. Bloop. Okay, let's try this way.
Really?
Oh, I see where you're going
talks
there.
like
oh,
that?
No, but it basically goes bloop, and it recalculates,
I like that.
and instead of, it actually goes bloop. But anyway, but instead of going, you need to make a U-turn, you try to get back on its route. It goes, I see. It doesn't say this, but it goes like, okay, I know where you're going, and it's like, okay, I'm learning, and it learns your route, and if it's a better route, that's the route it's going to use.
Does it drive for you?
I have a question. If it's crowdsourced, could it be like anyone can change it and stuff? Like, how does it work? 'Cause
No,
what I'm
basically,
worried
no.
about is, like,
Marcel,
Wikipedia,
it's
where the inaccuracies
it's
kill people.
crowdsourced in the fact that if you're on a route and you're like, oh my God, I'm at a standstill, and you've got hands free, you can go, and with a press of a button, you can say traffic jam, accident. Police incident. So that's the kind of crowdsourcing it does, so that the other people that are driving in your area are reporting incidents for the people in that area. That's the kind of crowdsourcing.
Okay, that's better than changing a route so that your friend drives off a cliff or something.
So Google already has the best map system, but now that they've got Waze, it's going to be even better.
Yeah.
And I think it's a good move for Google.
And Margaret's right about Israel and stuff about being awesome for high tech these days.
I don't know, guys. Have you seen Apple Maps?
Nobody can find it.
I'm looking up this beer viz thing. Sorry to go back, but I can't find it.
You don't like it?
I can't find
It's not on Android.
I have a GitHub here for it. It's a Node.js app on MongoDB. So that's interesting.
Well, I wouldn't download that.
Oh, it's just a web app.
No,
I
I
think.
wouldn't download that.
No, it's good though. I like the idea. I like recommendation engines. Cool. So, can I tell you about one more thing?
Yes.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bonnie Sainsbury showed up at my event last week, and she was amazing.
Wow.
We had over 150 people for Startup Week in Vancouver. We had 12 teams that came together, and Bonnie was a coach and judge. And actually, at Wildfire Effect was also there representing as our official Twitter
So
account.
she's joined us. She hasn't spoken yet, so she's going to introduce herself now.
But Bonnie whipped those kids into shape.
Number 1 and number 2.
Yeah, number 1 and number 2 with Bonnie's advice.
And thank you very much, because I've been asked to be one of the super mentors.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
wow.
So
I think you're talking about Startup Weekend next, right?
no,
Or just
in between.
Oh.
The ones that want to continue.
Oh, you're still helping them out.
Well, we're having
Awesome.
discussions.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's good to hear.
Yeah, that's amazing. Actually, I was very happy to be a part of it. I have to say that when it comes to new businesses that are starting up, if they're going to look like that, the future's pretty bright, guys.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. So our winners were a team called Language XP, and they actually came up with a business model to help people that have second languages find homestays.
Cool.
So when they started out with, they were only focusing on ESL students, and it took and as mentors, we don't ever give them the answers. They have to work through it themselves. And when they did, they were very happy. And another one was called Curate Style, which is like a songza for clothes. So depending on your mood, it'll recommend you clothing, and so they'll probably be pretty big too. And the 3 founders of Songza actually followed them that day of the weekend, so that was pretty big. Nice. Shout out to Jessica and her team.
So did you listen to the episode Bunker Live on location with Social Media Club?
I sure did.
Yeah.
I sounded really good.
We were thinking of doing more of that kind of thing with the Bunker Show.
Why not?
Taking it on the road.
That would be lovely. We'd welcome you to it.
Here, I'll play a little bit of that first episode here. Hang on one sec.
Now you're confusing our listeners.
Wow, fancy music.
Social Media Club of Vancouver, and I'm giving you a 5-minute warning because we all want to have those tasty beverages while we're enjoying this amazing expert panel and live podcast upstairs with the Bunker Project. 5 minutes.
Those that aren't aware, we held a contest on our Facebook page to bring in the last panelist. And these 2 young ladies took the prize single-handedly.
Who are they?
Or double-handedly. They activated their community, their Facebook army, and they did an amazing job of showing us that they were the ones to be on the panel. The duo of women talking tech is Bonnie Sainsbury and Margaret Reynolds. I'll fill you in a little bit more about them because Bonnie is a very well-known Vancouver-based social media personality. She was recently.
All right.
And that's the lovely Camp Edmonds.
Yes.
He's so pretty.
So if you haven't listened to it already, go back about 2 episodes back. That's it's called Bunker Live.
And it was for meetups.
On location.
Well, from small to big, meetups, making it awesome. That was our
Yeah, and actually
thing.
Norm threw out a huge... what do you call it? Props to James, saying, "Awesome job on the floor as a moderator."
Aww.
Yeah, you did an excellent job.
Aww.
He especially liked the part when you said, "Fuck you, it's not your turn."
I did say that to Margaret, and she gave me some
did.
serious stink eye.
But I respected that.
Yeah, it's okay because I was trying to get the other guy who wasn't talking too much to say something. So
did it work?
Yeah, actually it did.
There are no more.
But it actually helped because Margaret was there, and he's like, "Well, I guess I better say something now. She's trying to steal my questions."
My personal favorite was when you actually asked about the uncomfortable moments that they had gone through on the panel.
Yeah, that was another good one when I asked them what was the worst thing that had happened to him. One guy, Ian, was it his name? I think was it Ian, the other guy on the panel?
The gaming guy?
No, it was Ian, right? Yeah, and he said that he met a guy, and the guy started following him on Twitter, and he ended up being a swinger or an adult entertainment person. And he said that was probably the most uncomfortable thing he had found.
He said, "Oh, I unfollowed him as quick as possible."
Yeah, I followed him as quick as possible because I guess he doesn't like key parties. But
I think it was Jonathan. I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Sorry. Jonathan Christie, right? Is that right?
No, not Jonathan. No. It was a gaming guy.
No, that was Mark. Mark said his was. Well, I know Mina said spilling 2 bottles of wine on the floor in front of the mayor was probably her most embarrassing thing.
That's a waste of work.
Well, anyway, way to go for humanizing the entire event. It was so fantastic.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
And if anybody else wants to talk to us, they should totally call in because more than just Norm, as much as we love him, we could talk about you just as much on the Bunker Project here. So call us at...
We're going to change it to the Norm Project, actually.
That's actually a better name.
Norm! I think just for one show, we should rename it to the Norm Project and try and invite him down.
Oh.
At least
on the
Norm Project.
No, I have to say, come on, if we name it to the Norm Project, would he show up?
That might actually, I'd be down with that. One show just for Norm.
Well, let's get everybody to say Norm. Maybe at the same time, maybe he'll do it. 3, 2, 1.
Norm. My mic was away from me. I'm sorry.
And if anybody else has the name of Andrew or Bob, we love you too.
What are you doing?
Was that a roundabout way? What were you trying to say there?
I was just saying, anybody else that has a name other than Norm that we're totally neglecting right now, we appreciate you to listening just as much.
Do we have?
All right, so
Norm
Bob's got a
voicemail?
couple things to say.
Oh my
We're going to bring Bob
Bob.
back onto the show. He's been taking pictures. He's been Bob's a man of all trades here. He takes pictures. He's a co-host. He's a wire fixer guy. All right.
What?
Poses for
So we're going to close off the show with this.
He's a model too.
He is a model. He's
Bob,
a male model.
a few months ago, Bob was talking about how the Mac Pros, they haven't updated in years.
I bet
and
you.
they
10
just did.
friggin' years.
They just did. And what do you say, Bob?
What?
About the Mac Pro.
What?
How's the Darth machine?
Yeah. Dark Pro.
Is it dark enough?
Darth Pro.
How's the Darth Pro?
Darth Pro. Hey,
the Vader Pro or whatever it's called.
Okay, here's my review. Being a Mac dude for 1974 and
since before there was a Mac.
Since before there was one.
Yeah, that's pretty. That's
so you were doing one of those blue box machine things. You were into
Look,
that.
I used to shoot up with Steve all the time. We did nanobots, and I think it was '73. He was a big grind up those
Bob
guys.
used to put
It
a
was
little.
awesome.
Bob used to put a little Macintosh Apple on top of his Commodore VIC-20.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Well, as a lubricant only. So, anyways. Yeah, I've been a bit of a Macophile for many, many years. And then I became pro. And I've used very large devices. Huge, monstrous things.
She said.
Very large devices.
12 to 14 inches.
Does
You
it
know, I mean,
fit?
the things with throbbing towers of power. RAM, for sure.
Lots of RAM.
Oh, huge RAM. 32. Massive
Is it water
RAM.
cooler?
Then the batteries died.
Well, that's why I use rechargeables, and USB. So, no, really.
Endless USB.
Exactly.
Double forked.
The Pro I use right now, I know you guys aren't like super geekies, but the Pro I use right now, I would not trade it in for the
I
new
take
unit.
offense to that.
Why?
Okay,
I'm
Big
a
B.
Super geek.
Super Mac geeky man.
No,
I'm a super geek.
You said super geek.
I'm a super geek. Hey, we're geeky. You know how huge the geeky universe is? We've got a guy over here on the left. His name just happens to be Marcel, and he is a geek on a totally different plane. He called me and said, "Bob, what computer can I fucking buy?" And he's a geek. He is a geek that's way
He's a
beyond.
movie
I said,
geek.
"Oh
He's
my
a
god,
movie TV geek.
Marcel is such
Pop
a geek.
culture
I would
geek.
never be that geeky." And yet, a geek calls me and says, "Bob,
What machine
you're a
should
geek.
I buy?
Choose me a fucking computer." And I
appreciate
push.
the ego stroke.
What did I push,
but
dude? What did I push?
Chromebook. For about 8
And did
months.
you buy one?
No.
Oh, bitch.
And you know why?
See?
You know
Because
why?
I can't close.
Here's why. And this
No,
is how
because
much
that would
of
have been a
not-
shitty ass
no.
computer for
So-
Marcel.
I'm not a good geek because I was like, I'd rather go to a store than order something online. But legit, I was going to interrupt you for
Plus,
something
a
else.
Chromebook is
I
just
swear
a-
to God, they're playing Yanni. They're playing
What?
like that 2:30 a.m. infomercial music right now.
On Yanni?
While you're talking.
Oh,
So
that's why you were
no.
freaking out.
No, I wanted to interrupt.
So all the people that are not in the same room. We're in a hotel.
Okay,
and
so-
we're in the lobby and we're getting some seriously fucked up
to
music.
reel it back a little bit.
Yes, reel it
Bob,
out.
what's
Reel it
wrong?
out.
What's
Yeah.
wrong with the new
What's
Mac
wrong
Pro?
with the machine,
Yes,
man?
Bob. Thank you.
Or what's good about it? What's bad about it? What do you like
Other
about it?
than
What
it
do you don't
doesn't
like
have
about it?
50 USB.
Why
was
won't
in
you
the
trade
middle
in
of a
your old
rant.
machine? Why won't you trade in your old machine
Are
for
you
a new machine?
kidding? My old machine.
never
just
buys
kicks
new
its
anyway.
ass. It's not. It's bigger. It's more impressive. A girl comes out. Holy shit! What's that? And you gonna? And then it's all over. So, but if you have this little
They-
thing
they say
now,
exactly
looks
that
like
every
a
time.
little
Don't you have it in
toilet
the-
thing.
don't you have it
it's
in the
not even a
closet?
garbage can for the kitchen. It's a garbage can for the bathroom. It's a little tissues and stuff, and maybe something bigger every now.
So you don't
and
like
again.
the way it
But
looks, is
really,
what you're saying.
You know, it's tiny. It can't hold. It has no fucking capacity.
He likes the big machines.
Bob
That's
needs
his
a beer.
problem.
So it has no machoism. It has no
Bob has
phallic
a
presence.
complex.
Come on.
Okay.
As an I have a Macintosh power unit. It's a fucking tower. And they come over and say, "What's that?" It's like, "That's my tower." It's like, "Yeah, you gotta be. Oh, please! It has to be huge and throbbing
Bob,
and massive."
You know we don't judge you by the size of your tower.
Hey,
Or, you know, your entire
but for
body.
real. But the
Are you
thing is,
overcompensating for something, man?
Macintosh has other things that are so freaking phallic. Have you seen that they've got this hard
Who
drive?
cares about
It's this
that?
big,
Anyways,
and it's the Wi-Fi backup hard drive. It's like it's huge.
Okay.
Bob's just pissed
white.
because this machine is not smaller
it's
than he
bullshit.
Are we
So,
sure
Bob, if
that
it was
I'm the
bigger, would
gayest
you buy
one
it?
here?
I'm not
Yes,
sure.
I mean,
I'm
it would
not
have
sure
to
about
be.
that at all.
I think it should be about 9 inches taller.
All right.
Really, 9
Okay,
inches.
so All right,
With
so
nothing
that's a-
in
Are
the
we
last
sure on the
5.
game?
How tall is it,
Just
Bob?
for like
Wait.
puffing out that stuff.
Marcel
the big
has a
air.
question.
Well, the question was, are we sure on the gayest one here? But it's like, okay, Bob, what's your opinion about this whole
Yes.
updating thing? And you're
Opinion?
like,
I don't do opinions.
Phalluses and penises. It's like the garbage.
It's a
can in the
tower
kitchen
of flopping
is black.
existence.
The bathroom is tiny and
It's an
penises.
opinion
And-
on a
and-
top
and-
of a
and-
pink.
and
Oh,
penises.
sorry.
All right, so
Okay,
that's a
so
good segue.
what
Okay,
is-
Bonnie
what
has
is-
something
That's
to
a
say.
good
What
segue.
is-
I can't
Bonnie-
believe
Bonnie-
it. I want to.
Bonnie has something
What
to say.
could segue with that? I can't.
Bonnie has
I have a
something
good
to say.
segue.
Bonnie will. I've got
Bob,
a-
then
I've got a
Bonnie
great
gets
segue.
it.
Bonnie.
No, but Bob, what was the point of
Wait,
your
Bonnie.
rant?
Bonnie's up. Bonnie's
Then
up.
I'm going to talk about the segue.
You know, I don't know very much about Apple or tech, but I
Are you
read.
cool?
I read on Facebook
Yes.
that the new Apple OS is not going to be named after a kitty cat.
Nope, it's not.
No, it's called
They ran out. They
Maverick.
ran out of kitty cats.
They
Maverick.
They named their OSs after kitty cats.
After
How
big
am I
cat.
not aware of this?
Big
Exactly.
cat. Big, the
They were
big
gonna
cat.
call OS
Not
Sable
kitty
or
cats.
something, but
The
not anymore.
big-
No,
that was a
Tiger.
joke. It was going to be
But-
sea lion.
No,
I was
I
looking
know.
forward to seeing OS Siamese.
Why don't
Yeah.
they just call the next
Do
one?
Calico.
everything.
Well, they could call it 8.
They
You know
already
what they
had.
should have called it?
Hang
Hey,
on.
you know what they should have called it?
It was
Because
such a- it was
hey,
such a
I got a
mishmash.
response to Ian's
Hang on,
comment.
it was
Hang
such a
on, I got a
mishmash
better
of
one. I
comments.
got a better one.
We got Dooley
iOS
Mavericks
Calico.
in.
They could call it 9.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
iOS Calico.
Well
No, I
done.
got a
It's a
better one.
mishmash
Hey,
of
Should have
everything.
called it
I got a better
iOS
one.
Cougar.
Ian said they could have called it 8. You know what they should have called it?
9?
Pussy.
Cougar.
Pussy galore. That's all I can say.
Cougar.
I
Okay,
think
come on, spit it
iOS
out. Come on, let's
Calico.
hear it.
iOS pussy. That's what
Why
it
don't
is.
they
They
just
coulda
call
called
it
it
Grumpy
Cougar.
Cat? We're
They
doing
coulda called
a
it
Grumpy
Windows.
Cat movie. Why
I think
can't
it's
they
time
just
to
call it
end this
Grumpy
show.
Cat?
Wow, it's just on fire
All right,
tonight. On fire.
so that whole talk that Bob had is a good segue into Norm's final question that he
Hey,
asked.
well, I haven't
Norm had a
finished.
final
I
question.
haven't talked about the UPS.
It doesn't matter. Norm had a final question, and it was his computer died, and he wants to know
Well,
what computer
night-night,
he should replace it with.
Once again,
A new
Apple
one.
stared into my eyes.
Should he get a Mac? Should he get a Mac Pro? Should he get a?
He should get a Mac Pro.
A Windows 8?
Because
Should
he's
he
not
get
very pro.
a?
How's he going to charge?
What's he doing
Well,
with
there'll be a
it?
deal on the
I have a
other
Mac
one.
Pro. I'm going to have to charge you $150.
All right.
What is he doing with it?
I think he's just doing basic stuff, just basic
Yeah,
computers.
just get a calculator.
Yeah, it's a lot easier.
Etch a sketch.
Hey, if I can throw one in just for the Mac
You- you
community
get-
that's out there.
He could get a playbook from BlackBerry. I hear those are good.
They're awesome, actually.
They are awesome. I'll come over there. Ian.
Awesome.
Yes, they make great paper.
You and Bosco been hanging
here's
out
the pitch.
again?
Here's the pitch for Mac. I just lent out my 10-year-old iBook to a friend of mine.
10 years old. Wow.
It's insane. Working in perfect condition with just one little reason why I decided to go to a Mac Pro.
What's that?
Well, there was a little heating issue that happened. But we're talking 10 years, and you know what? I bet she's going to use it for another 5. So that's
When you were
what
saying
I
heating
have to
issue.
Yeah,
say.
but what woman doesn't like a bit of heat in her lap?
Oh.
So the Mac became too familiar.
Wait,
what can I
before we
say?
play Norm's
And he
question,
called me
If
It's a
sexist
7-year
earlier.
inch.
If it's
What
not
can
a
I say?
kitty cat, what is it?
Oh, then
It's
you-
called
Maverick.
I don't know.
Maverick.
Oh.
The next
Maverick.
Mavericks.
And then after that, it'll be Iceman, and then
then
it'll
Bitch.
be Merlin,
Wolverine.
and then it'll be
No,
Iceman
the ovary. I like
died.
it.
I
no
think-
Goose died. That's why you never call it Goose.
It's okay that frees up
I
Windows
think-
to use 10
I think it'd
next
be the
time.
eye ovary.
I speak for
I
everyone.
think they
at
might
this
just start with
table.
a no naming.
Maybe 9.5 next time for
Okay,
Windows.
here's what I have to say about Maverick.
They've
That's
been on
fucking
OS
gay,
10
legit.
for.
Oh,
10
it
years.
sounds like Andrew's trying to shut down the show. It's been a
think so.
fantastic show, too. Typical craziness. Very impressed. We didn't really go off the rails. I tried to with the MacBook, and you guys just reined me in big time with you. Outrageous comments. Fantastic.
Who, us?
You know what I want to say before the before the show ends? I just want to say Coquitlam is bullshit. There's nothing going on out there.
Yeah, no.
I'm done with Coquitlam.
Social media was
Attaboy.
bullshit.
Attaboy.
You're
I've
more
tried to
Team
infiltrate
Coco.
that market. It's
Social media is bullshit.
You're not Team Co. You're
I
Team
thought.
Coco.
just a massively huge
Everything is
announcement
bullshit.
before we go. Just before we
Actually, I
shut
love
off the
Coquitlam.
show.
I grew up there. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, before we shut off the show, we're just gonna cut this. We're only gonna be
By the
doing
Xbox IPS.
we're only gonna be doing the show every second week, and we're gonna be interrupting the other weeks with a new format
on a different feed.
called
Not
Mavericks.
on the
And
same
it's gonna
show.
be fantastic. We're gonna really stretch the concept of Mavericks. Consider Maven. Mavericks, very similar concept.
I
We'll
think
just have
Sarah
to twist
Palin
reality.
killed that off a couple of years ago, didn't she?
Yeah, we'll be bringing you on.
How
the
do
show
people
for
call
sure.
you?
All right. Thanks for listening.
Ciao, ciao. Ciao.